Today on Only Julious is an interview with my big brothers, revolutionary hip hop dancers, The Crew. See how my big brothers react to their little brother interviewing them on his show. Here on Only Julious.
You know who it is.
Only Julious.
Yep, that's me.
Only Julious. Only Julious.
I said.
Only Julious would do this.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of Only Julious, because Only Julious would do this. Here, I am having an interview with hip-hop dancer revolutionaries, The Crew. The Crew, what's going on?
What's happening, bro? What's happening, man? What up, what up?
Okay, I have to introduce each member, okay? Antonio, whose nickname is TO2. Then we have Karl, who is Chosen One, White Tiger, and Henry, Grandmaster. Okay, first and foremost, how did The Crew come together?
Well, I just like to say, first of all, giving our honor and glory to God, you know what I'm saying, that out of His sovereignty, He brings everything together that He wants together. So being at the fact that we are here at this time together doing what we do is God's work. I can only give God the glory, like I said before. But if we're talking based on, what happened through a timeline, basically me and Henry, we known each other for some time now, some years, maybe over a decade, right? And we started dancing basically like neighborhood hood stepping. They call it four-stepping. And we just started from there with a group called Them Boys. We first started off with them, it was co-ed, and then it went to Them Boys. It was like strictly dudes just jamming. I think it was like over 12 of us. Basically taking over the dance scene at that time, like late 90s. And then Henry went off to school, and after Henry went off to school, I was still doing my dance thing here in Columbus, and I knew a cat named Noah from high school, and Noah knew Karl. So me and Karl met up on the scene during the CSU era here in Columbus, Georgia. And Karl, we was doing our thing in the clubs, whatever, and then we linked up. Henry came back and forth from school, and we just blew up from there, man, and just started doing shows by God's grace, man. He allowed us to do a show here at the Liberty Theater. And we did. I got the music in me 2. I got the music in me 3, and there's gonna be more things to come. You know what I'm saying? This is an effect. It don't stop here. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it is.
Yes. And for you guys to know, I actually met Antonio in 2005 when we did a show, A Soldier Story.
Yeah, Soldier Story. That was a stage play. Yeah.
Yeah, we did A Soldier Story, and then it was I Got the Music in Me 2 is when I met the rest of the crew.
Right.
And we also did I Got the Music in Me 3, so that's how I got connected with these people, with the guys. Individually, I wanted to ask, of course, they do stuff separately. What I'm about to ask them now, okay? Tonio, which actually teaches hip-hop classes, and I think it's here at the Liberty you teach hip-hop classes. Talk about a little bit about that.
Well, basically, I've been choreographing for a while now. I say I started in 8th grade, but it wasn't like a defined title, basically being a choreographer. But I choreographed my first dance piece in 8th grade, and then I went on from there. But I actually started at the Liberty with, doing my choreography maybe like in 2000, and went from there. I taught my first official class in like 2000, and we performed throughout the city. And then I taught another class, and the people just kept coming. So that's where it started from, and I just love choreography. I just love doing it, man. I love performing. I love entertaining. Just putting the dance piece that the Lord provides and put in my head and be able to regurgitate it out on the dance floor or on the stage, wherever it may be.
Right. Now, I also know that you have actually went to go So You Think You Can Dance, right?
Yeah, season 6. I went to So You Think You Can Dance auditions in Atlanta. And it was fun, man. Everything was on point. They came back to Columbus and wanted to do a story about me. Even though I did get cut it's cool. Y'all gonna see about me one day.
Yeah.
But I mean, it was alright. It was great. It was a great experience. It happened for a reason. I know it happened for a reason. So it was just fun, man. It was fun.
It was. Okay, my next person is Karl. Okay, with Karl, he has his own business, which he will be talking about right now. Go ahead, Karl.
Well, yeah, I'm the vice president of IMD Entertainment. It's a big entertainment company, pretty much one of the only real entertainment companies that actually has a business license behind it, and not necessarily one of these guys who was just a bunch of dudes, you know, together throwing parties. We actually have, you know, paperwork, contracts, and everything. Pretty much we just throw parties. We actually got a few concerts coming up. I got a few artists up in Atlanta. Finna drop pretty soon, actually, in August. I got one guy, General Heat. I work with my brother-in-law, Fabian Blackston. Pretty much me and him do that, as well as teaching stepping, actual fraternal style stepping at various churches. The churches here, House of Prayer Christian Church and Evangel Temple. And then I also got a crew up in Atlanta that pretty much, you know, Gamma Alpha side, you know, see GA side, but besides that, about it.
Okay, there are two other questions I really need to ask you. One particular question is your nicknames. You have two in particular. How did you get first? Let's talk about Chosen One. How did that come about?
Chosen One was actually a name given by God, actually.
Okay.
It was a name me and my friend Brandon, we played around with. He had a nickname called the Lyricist, and I came up with the Chosen One, but then his mother was a prophet. So she was like, I got the name for a reason. And just through the years, I've just been developing, you know, becoming what the Chosen One is. And then, you know, different prophets and things of that nature just been speaking to me, things of that nature. And I've had my own revelations in myself, you know, seeing that, oh, yeah, you know, maybe this is something, you know, something that really is.
Okay. So, now, the other nickname, which I call you a lot.
Yes, the infamous White Tiger.
Yes, talk about that one.
White Tiger came from my tattoo on this arm, which, if I can pull my sleeve up.
Yeah, you can.
Check him out. Check him out.
But it's a white tiger, you know, and half of the yang. It's got wisdom on this side. Pretty much the white tiger symbolizes the wisdom. And then this side is the strength. And it has a dragon and another yang on this side. And pretty much the only thing you need in this world beside God is strength and wisdom, which He gives you both of those. So I just put them on my arm.
Yay. Now, if anybody knows me and how I am, what I do with White Tiger is that I may say gibberish at the moment, and we do a karate bow, and then we do the handshake hug thing. So it's hilarious, but it's good at the same time. Now, one last question I have for you. There's this picture we took, but you do this so often. You wear a towel on your head.
The towel comes from, actually, I had like an uncle that did it a lot, and pretty much what it was like the heat. And with us being in that dressing room, you know, back there in the sweat box, trying to block the heat, you know. And you know, when I get hot, you know, black folks, when we get hot, we start making ugly faces. So I just like to cover that face I might be making.
Okay, because let me tell you why I asked. The first time I saw that was that with one of the churches I was attending at the time, our bishop, William Shields, hey Papa, that was his nickname. When he was prophesying at that time or laying hands on people, that's when he had the towel over his head. So when I saw you for the first time do that, I was like, what's he about to do? So, okay, cool beans. Now, last but not least, we have Henry. What's going on here?
Ain't nothing.
Now, first and foremost, your nickname.
Yeah, that you gave to me.
That's the nickname, bro.
Yeah. The reason being was because Henry didn't have a nickname, and I didn't want to go down the line and say, and Henry.